So if you're a golfer who needs to hit more fairways with driver, much as I do, I'm going to show you a little practice station today that the great Moe Norman did, who was renowned for being one of the straightest drivers in the world, and it almost makes it a joke how easy it is to hit driver straight every single time. Okay, so those opening 3 tee shots there that you saw very quickly were honestly just one after another. And it is unbelievable with this little setup that I've got here, how easy it is just to deliver that club back how we need every single time and just rifle it down the fairway. So simple. So even though Moe wasn't renowned for being a particularly long hitter, and even that last one there for me was 254 carry and 277 total, he was renowned for being unbelievably accurate. And even though his golf swing might have looked a little bit different, he spoke about how the key in the golf swing was making sure you were good with the club head from about 3 feet behind the ball to about 3 feet after. And as long as you could control what that club was doing through there, you could influence the ball correctly. So I've set up the station that he kind of talks about. Now he spoke about a coin, but I'm going to use my fake putting hole about 3 feet behind the ball and slightly inside the target line. And then 2 tees in the ground about, he said 22 inches ahead, level with each other. And the idea was he'd set up with the club head slightly behind the ball, and he'd want to feel that the club head stayed as close to the ground as it could on the way back, almost trying to feel like he was going to touch that coin, creating some stretch on the way back. So as he swung down, he'd be nice and wide, close to the ground. He'd collect the golf ball, and then he almost felt like he was trying to hit the tees in front, but trying to get the club face arriving so it hit both tees at the same time, not getting the toe there first or the heel there first, which I think for a lot of golfers is what they would find. So the first thing we do is move the tee out of the way, but we know where the ball would be. We set the club head slightly back, and we just rehearse that. So it's almost nice and stretched on the way back. Try to feel like the club face will be looking more down the target line as it hits the shot. And definitely for me there, definitely feels that my hands are a bit less involved in the golf swing than I would normally do it. So he sets up there. And it does feel almost like, I do hate saying this, almost impossible to get this wrong. So we're going to set the ball up there. I'm just going to focus on what's happening, that initial part of the takeaway, and then once the club gets back there, through to about 2-3 feet after the golf ball. And let's see, when we do that feel, what the shot does. Now I've hit that right out the toe of the golf club, so it's a really poor strike. And that one is just drifting off to the right. Definitely there, felt that the movement was good, just hit that way out the toe. So again, I want to really focus on club head set back behind the golf ball. Going to rehearse that nice stretch, and even above the ball, rehearse the stretch, feel on the way through. Again, felt a little bit towards the toe. But again, look at that. That is the fairway finder. And even without being an amazing strike, we can see on the short stuff, nearly 280 yards. So it will definitely take some practice, and I'm a big believer that kind of, not irrelevant of what's going on in the golf swing, but if you're good from here to here through the golf ball, all the best players in the world are good with that bit. We see lots of different positions at the top of the backswing. We see Scheffler over here. We see McIlroy very much textbook. You know, we maybe see Schauffele a little bit more this way. But once that club's getting down below waist height through to waist height, they're very, very good. So again, keeping this little station in play just for now. I don't think that's the bit I find difficult. It's this bit on the way through. I kind of want to feel like the toe wins the race for me. But we're going to get there, set the club back, Movement felt great, strike felt good, not much shape on that one. And again, another fairway hit. And we're starting to see some unbelievable consistency. So like I said at the start of the video, it is almost a joke how easy it is to get driver in play when you do this and get that feel. So certainly that bit on the way back feels nice and easy. Club head low to the ground means that I'm going to deliver the club nicely and hopefully top to bottom, strike it decent, but just try to get that club face more controlled on the way through. Again, another solid strike, another one down the middle. I just might start hitting lots of fairways. But then like every drill, it's great doing it when the little setup's there. Can I move everything out of the way? Can I still get that feel as a rehearsal? And then can I set up to the golf ball, put that swing on it, and just consistently strike the ball solidly. And I might run through the fairway there, but it's still nice and straight. Now, interestingly for me, that doesn't really feel like I'm generating any speed. And yet, 262 carry, 285 total. But I'm never happy. I suppose like you guys out there, I always want more. So can I almost get that feel and do it faster? So the key is setting that club back behind the golf ball like Moe Norman did every time. Put the swing on it. Felt a little bit quicker. If anything, has just gone even straighter. It's another one down the fairway. And we see that one, 262 carry and 291 total. So I think the perfect combination for golfers is long and straight. But for most golfers, they miss too many fairways and they get very steery with the golf swing. But we saw that little setup of that drill there, really learning what the first 3 foot of the takeaway is like, and then learning how to control what we're doing with the club from 3 feet behind to kind of 2 feet on the way through. Once you've got control on that club face, it's amazing how accurate you can hit the golf ball. And even with that last one there, I showed that we could put a little bit more in and get a little bit more distance. But set that up, and like I said, comment below as well. Do you find it almost a joke how easy it is to hit driver straight with that little practice station?